Welcome to Wet Wednesday. I'm going to wear my husband's cooking apron today because I'm going to get a little messy. When I first started doing crafty things, I began with these little ceramic Christmas ornaments, and then I advanced to the houses, and so I have a lot of acrylic paint that's been sitting around for a long time. Now, what do you do if you have just a white piece of cardstock, just a white piece of paper, and you don't have any ink, and you want to make a card, but you do have acrylic paint? Well, let's see what you can do. This piece of cardstock measures 8 by 5.5, so I'm going to fold it in half, and then it'll be 4 inches. Okay, for the sake of simplicity, these are sketches from Split Coast Stampers, and these are for card fronts. You can also use these for things on your scrapbook page, but let's use this one. There's only 2 colors, and they're both square or rectangular, so let's just do that. You might want to take some time and determine what kind of card you want to do first. Birthday, anniversary, a sympathy card. That will have a lot to do with your color choices. Okay, I'm going in 1 3/4 inches from the fold line. And I'm going to make a line at 1.5, and I'm going to go down to 4. And then I'll put my ruler over at the other side, and I'll line it up on the 1/2 inch mark. And I'll go from the 1.5 to the 4. Okay, now I'll connect these. Okay, now Valentine's is coming up next month. It's getting here real quick. So why don't we make something, why don't we make a Valentine card? Now if you've used acrylic paints before, you know you'll need to have some water, but I'm going to do what they call the dry brush technique. Okay, I'm going to get my brush wet just a little bit first. Alright, in the dry brush, you stick your brush in the paint, and then clear a bunch of it off. And I think I'm going to make some X's. I'm going to make my own background. Now this is just as an example, because I'm not an artist. Show us what kind of beautiful things you can come up with. Okay, now I'm going to clean that off. And oops, oh crapazoid. Okay, now I'm going to use a pink. Oh. Boy, it's been a long time since I've opened this one. And I'm going to do the same. I don't want to get right in the paint thing and start smearing it, because it is wet and it's going to make the paper warp. That's why I'm doing the dry brush technique. So Go back and add a little more. Kind of fill it out some. Okay, now I'm going to use my fine brush and black, and I'm going to, this is not going to be a straight line, but I'm going to go along to cover up my pencil mark. And then make this look like it's, ooh, that's pretty bad. Anyway, make it look like it has a mat behind it. Now, acrylic paints dry quickly, especially when you do the dry brush technique. Now, this stuff that I'm doing now might take a little longer to dry. All right. Now, if you want a heart on the inside, then you can draw a heart. I'm not going to trust myself to hand draw a heart. So, with the red paint, the red acrylic paint again, and sometimes you have, maybe you have a heart stamp of some kind at your home. All right, that's too much. Paint the stamp, and then I'm gonna put it in there. Okay. How about one at each corner? Okay, now we'll let that dry. If you have a black Sharpie and you don't have an ink marker, whatever, then you can write okay, there. That's acrylic paints and using acrylic paints on rubber stamps and a Sharpie. And I'm sure you can come up with something that's even better. Now to clean this off, just water. Just clean it off with water. Get a paper towel wet and then just rub it on your rubber stamp and make sure you get on the outside of the image down here where the acrylic paint may have accumulated. But that's all. Cleans up real good. And it doesn't damage your stamp either.